So a popular AskReddit thread says, siblings of porn stars. Have you ever watched porn of your siblings and what was it like? So on a terrible, terrible topic that I don't even want my face affiliated with, I'm the decoy. We got Tuggleback here and we're going to do another thing, but make sure you subscribe down below because we're pushing the boundaries of what we want our face affiliated with to forever. So I don't know, do you ever have any personal things that you want to admit to on the internet about knowing someone that's in porn? It doesn't have to be a sibling, but just anybody you know, because we live in.
I got when I was going to bartending school out here in LA. I got a funny story. So I'll say this. Okay. I ain't gonna say the porn star name.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
So before she became a big porn star,
yeah,
she's not big anymore. I think she's in retirement now. Okay. But she was big in like the 2000 to 2010 era.
Yeah.
You know.
Somewhere in there. Okay. Yeah.
Somewhere in there. So she basically, we went to bartending school together.
Yeah.
And we used to like each other. And we would like talk and hang out. Yeah. But the thing is that we were never intimate. Yeah. We were still getting to know each other. I was never intimate with her, so I'm not, you know. Whatever. And plus, if my girls watch this, I wasn't in talking all that.
You snitching himself.
So the interesting thing about this is, so I really liked her, and I wanted to get to know her, whatever. Yeah. So we would always like tags, and you know, we would bartend in school together. So my homeboy staying with me one day. Yeah. I had a one bedroom apartment. Yeah. Well, this is where it gets funny. So he's staying in the living room. I had a bed in the living room, and I had my bed in the bedroom. So he's staying with me, trying to get back on his feet because he fell on hard times.
Okay.
So he brings in these porn DVDs, because you know this is when DVDs is still popping.
There's just no internet.
So he brings these DVDs. Okay. So he leaves them, and he's like, "Oh, I got these porn DVDs." He's like, "You know, if you want to watch one of them, whatever, you know, you can watch them, whatever. Here, I got these DVDs." I'm like, "Cool, appreciate it." So I go in, I grab one day while you know he's at work, because you know I'm like, okay, I'm by myself at home. I can bring, you know, but it didn't get there because like, this is where it's going to throw you out. So I'm going to watch one of the porn DVDs, and I see this scene. And I see this scene with the girl that I went to bartending school with that I like, and she's getting gangbanged. Okay. And dude, it totally, I was so sad, man. It hurt my feelings, man. I was so sad because I was so into her, and it just caught me up. I was like, it can't be her. No,
was it? Was it for sure?
3,000% it was. Okay. I was just like, it just totally messed me up, man. I was all sad. I was like, the girl I've been liking all this time, because she disappeared from bartending school, and I didn't see her for like 3 weeks. And I was wondering what happened. Like we were about to graduate, she disappeared. Next thing I know, man, like I see, like it just by coincidence. My homeboy brings in his DVD.
Oh, he didn't know. He knew.
No, he didn't. He never met this girl. They didn't know, no connection.
Okay.
And he was a lot older than me, no connection.
Okay.
He just stayed. He was going to work and then come stay with me and go to work, whatever. Okay. So he had nothing to know about my bartending school or me hanging out with her. Yeah. So he never knew anything. Just by chance, the DVD he brought to my house was the girl I was talking to getting plowed, man. And terrible. Dude, it messed me up, man. That hurt me.
I'm glad there's no comment that we're gonna find on this thing that's gonna be better within your story. But the one thing I'll say though is the siblings part, like that's actually in this thread. So it wasn't me, it was a friend, and it's gonna be people that are watching the podcast as my friends are back home. So let's just use initials or whatever, right?
Okay.
So Elle had a sister who was, I guess she's like really attractive. I never found her attractive, but like other guys did. Yeah. So this guy D, a friend of him, was like, "Hey guys, ha ha ha, I found a porn. A girl looks exactly like Elle's sister, ha ha ha," and shows it to the other guys or whatever to kind of like, you know, piss off Elle. But the thing is though, is like, it was actually Elle's sister, and it's like, oh my god, like she seemed like a regular, like I don't want to say like porn stars aren't regular people, but she seemed very like kind of quiet and like, you know, you would never expect her to go off. This is like in 2003 back in the day, and it's like, you know, like the world of online adult media is not what it is now. Everybody's like, you know, cam girling or doing ASMR and kind of like towing the line with Snapchat or whatever. It was like, you know, if you're doing porn, you're like only affiliated with like a major porn studio. There was no like cell phone cameras back in the day. So it's like it somehow leaks back to Elle. Elle finds out. Elle grunts back, tells the dad. It melts the family down. Like they're like, we can't believe we raised our daughter to do this. We thought we were better than that. They went very, very staunchly religious from what I know, and like they made her quit immediately. And she was like, Elle's black, and it's like she was one of the only very, very famous black porn stars at the time. And I think that most everybody here, I guess if they wanted to do the digging, they could figure out which one she is. But just imagine like top 3 most famous black porn stars at the time, and it's just our friend's sister, and it just tore the family down. It was, you know,
I can only imagine, man. That's got to be like.
Well, it's like you know, I'm not a prude at all. You want to empower people, whatever. She's making, at that age, making more money than I've probably made my entire lifetime. I'm just saying, like, you know, whatever. But it's like it ruined the family. Like everybody was disappointed in themselves. Elle wasn't disappointed in himself. Dad wasn't disappointed. Mom was disappointed. Sister was for letting the family down was probably disappointed. It's like, yes, it kind of ruined their life. Like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that was such a long time ago. Maybe I'll just check in on them on social media and see if they're doing good. But I mean, it was a sad story. But back into the thing, whatever. Let's see the top comment. I will S your face says, my best friend from high school stumbled across a film of his parents doing it. All the computers in his house had a file share folder between the family computers. For some reason, it was just sitting there in the file share folder. The OP says, a show of dominance. The virgin child versus the Chad parents.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Honey, here's the part where we made you? Oh, God. Okay, you know what? No, I can't keep on. This is getting more and more graphic as we go down. So the next post from this person says, not a sibling of one, but a cousin of Dakota Sky. And it's weird as shit. I'm guessing.
I don't even know who Dakota Sky is.
Yeah, I guess I'm not in the game for long enough.
I'm sure I maybe seen who Dakota Sky is, but you just don't know. Like, I rarely know a lot of porn star names.
I don't know him by name, but
they all look the same to me after a while.
But it's like Lamia's got 26,000 upvotes, and the person that says I like Dakota got 10K upvotes. The person just put a smiley face, got gold and 3 silver. So apparently, Dakota is just famous enough where they're getting that. So Optic says, my sister used to be a stripper in a Girls Gone Wild type compilation video. My husband found her video. I've now seen my sister's beehole. Oh no. That's the thing, is when I used to work at a certain chain fast food restaurant, one of my managers went to vacation in Cabo. That's in Mexico, right? Over in Cabo, and they came back and like, oh, I had such a good time. And then one of the guys like that worked at the place was an asshole. Came in with the video like, dude, it's her. She was over in Cabo. I'm like, 1, why are we shaming this person over the thing? And 2, why are you bringing this into work? Like, what the fuck's the matter with you? So yeah, I've also seen my sister, not because she's in porn, but because my sister's a weirdo. Well, no, I hate Reddit sometimes.
I mean, yeah, like this guy, I'm seeing the guy below talking about he whacks his sister, you know, booty. I'm like, what?
Why are you sharing that online? And 2, I'm guessing that
just sounds like incest, man.
It's a fake story. This is this guy that wishes he could do that, but whatever. Okay, so the guy Cuck Obsessed says, seems this to be this
Cuck.
Whatever. Since this seems to be straying too close to sibling territory, I'll chime in. This was my sister's best friend in high school. She's been over at my house, done sleepovers, hung out. I knew her well. She and my sister were pretty tight. Anyway, I came home from college one summer, and I was maybe 21, whatever. At a night with the bars with some friends, one has the brilliant idea to go to an adult bookstore. This was in the late 80s. Okay, so that makes sense. Go to an adult bookstore with your guy friends? I don't think I would do that. Now, we go in and everyone's joking around, looking at stuff, and I go to a rack of magazines, and lo and behold, there's my sister's best friend on the cover of Gent. I guess this is not aged well. Now, I didn't know what the hell what Gent was, but of course I look. It turns out Gent is a magazine dedicated to women with enormous boobs. She has enormous boobs. I'm amazed at what I see. Here's this girl I've known since we were little kids, naked and spread all over the glossy page of this smut rag. This guy is a literary author, whatever. So, turns over she did a few other mags and some videos. This was in VHS, was starting to really take off. It turns out that she was very popular, and her images and videos are floating around the internet even today. Did your blood run cold, the other guy said? His memories has just been sold. Okay, whatever. I mean, sometimes the internet provides us with gold, sometimes it didn't. So, like we do in Decoy Noise fashion, we have to look at the top comments, but we also have to look at the controversial comments, because that's always going to be the terrible stuff going on. Any other things that you can think of? Because you kind of look at... Anything else? Or no? No, okay, yeah.
I'm interested to see what these controversial comments
are. Because this guy has -6 votes. So Dr. Treyoristic says, Well, she wasn't a porn star, but it was interesting. That's not a good. It
doesn't add to anything.
Comment deleted by user says, oh, he deleted. He nuked the thing. Porn is super effed up. I can't believe at 22 I'm just realizing it. All those years wasted on degeneracy. This post confirms it more. What?
This is probably a person who just probably strokes off on the regular.
And then hates himself for it.
It's kind of like when I see people I'm from the South, but people in like the Bible always talk about porn, and all this stuff is so evil and bad. I'm not saying what's right, what's wrong. I'm not judging it like that.
Yeah, don't judge anybody
But it's just one of them things where I know plenty of people in the South who watch porn. They're so judgmental, and they be watching porn on a daily basis.
So, I guess this was already the upvoted comment we saw already. Wow, this is all the same things over and over again. So, not a sibling, but I'm sorry, OP, but it's my cousin. I had no idea she was a popular porn star, front page and everything. It was funny bringing my boyfriend to her Christmas party, and he instantly recognized her. So that's how I found out. I remember I was at the mall, and I see a girl coming down the escalator. And I'm like, oh, I recognize her. How do I know her? And I'm like, wait, how do I know her? And she's like the most popular porn star. And I was like, oh crap, I'm good. Good thing I didn't walk up. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I know you from somewhere. And she's just probably gonna look at me like, yeah, I bet you do. Perv.
you know what's funny about it? I mean, not saying sometimes. I bumped into a few.
We live in the valley. We're gonna bump into everywhere. Yeah.
But you'd be surprised because a lot of them don't really look that good. I'm not saying that some men look good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of men that's not really all that hot that you think when you see them in the video versus the person.
Yeah.
The person is like, they're like a basic average girl where they're like,
kind of like
that, like on a 1 to 10, they might be like a 7 or a 6. They're not even that fine like in person. Like you see plenty of girls that are fine are just walking around the valley.
Yeah. Well, I think it's one of those things like models. Like if you ever see a model on a billboard, they're gonna look drastically different than they do on a day-to-day basis because they're not crazy made up and they don't have like the optimal angles and all that stuff or whatever. So it's like, yeah, they're gonna look like regular people in person, and it's just
and then you're like, it's kind of like sometimes like a letdown sometimes. I used to see a lot of porn stars when I used to work at 24 Hour Fitness. And especially in Northridge, and I used to see a lot. I had a lot of porn stars come in. We had like Kiara Mia come in. She came to the daytime, like Jinx Mays. What's that black dude? Brian Plumber used to come in. One of the porn stars used to come in. They used to be in videos. Guy, black dude. He was like, he'd come play basketball, but he was like, he was lit every time you play. I feel like, when is he not high? Every time I saw him, he was like baked, man.
Well, the thing is, like, even though they make more money at the beginning of their career than at the end of it, the porn stars that we've seen around here in the valley, they're kind of balling. They have like money. They're like on top of the world. It's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, we kind of judge them if we were like, super like religious or like wag our finger at people, but it's kind of like, hey, like, teach his own, whatever. Maybe
I will say this about the thing that made it sad with what's her name, Kiara Mia, that made it kind of sad because, I mean, you could tell she started augmenting herself a little bit back then when I was at 24 Hour Fitness. Yeah. But to see, and she was an attractive lady then, but to see how much she's augmented herself now, I almost feels bad because she was naturally an attractive lady. She's done so much work to herself that I feel like she doesn't even look real anymore. She doesn't look like herself. Not at least the person that I remember at the gym. Yeah, because I don't know if she still goes to the gym. I'm assuming she probably still does. Yeah. But like I say, she worked out at the gym. She'd be at the gym on the regular all the time. Yeah.
Well, it becomes like an addiction for them when they get plastic surgery. Like, I need to fix this, I need to fix this, and they're looking for perfection. And each one of the steps kind of takes them away from what like a person looks like. I remember coming to Calabasas, like I said, I'm not from the big city, so my parents took me out to a like a brunch at, like it's a popular place over there. But the first thing they say when they like get out of the car and they look at everybody that's sitting there, it's like, wow, everybody here has plastic surgery. And it's like, we've lived in LA for so long where someone has Botox lips or like, their eyebrows are kind of like stiff or whatever. It's part of reality. But they're like, why does 90% of the people here have something done to them? It's crazy. Yeah. All right, so we'll cover a couple more of these and then be done with it. So, Two Roads Diverge says, after Veronica Rodriguez had been doing porn for a few years, her sister Katya Rodriguez got into the industry too. They've actually done some scenes together. Yes, actually they're half-sisters, same dad, different moms. Here's Katya talking about it. Here's Veronica wishing her little sis a happy birthday. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's strange. I don't even know how you do that. Like, how do you like make porn with your half sister?
Oh my god. the top reply with gold, silver, and helpful award was, can you share an example, not for research or for a friend, I want to see it. So he's just being like, yeah,
that's hilarious.
I didn't want to, like, you know.
That comment's hilarious.
I admire your honesty. He's like, yeah, I need to see some evidence of this thing happening. It's like, oh, ew. Broken Potat says, oh, I always love families doing activities together. A family that lays together stays together. This is becoming terrible. Reddit, shame on you. I know you exist on the internet, but this is bad for even like internet standards. Terrible. I guess, you know what? No. Because I'm starting to judge them, and I should stop. No. The purpose of decoy noise is to have an open mind. Mm-hmm. We're gonna diss people and call people out for fake stories, but we're not gonna judge anybody here. So closing thoughts on 1 to 10 DVDs or VHSs. How terrible has the internet gotten with it? How lax are we with like adult films where it's like, if you met somebody, you wouldn't think of him any differently, or you would?
I don't know if I could really be with a porn star. Like I could, well, ex-porn star. I couldn't be in a relationship with an ex-porn star.
Okay,
I probably would have fun with it. like
yeah.
Well, obviously, I'm saying if I'm single.
Okay. I'm saying like on scale, like, so full on production. She worked for like a big porn company. Has some videos that her and like a boyfriend did, or just like has some risque pictures online. Like, what level do you say that's the cutoff on, like, okay, I don't know if we can have like a serious relationship? Is it just like full blown porn star, like they got their face on DVDs? That's when the cutoff is.
I think the cutoff for me is just she's like in porn, period. Not because I'm not saying I don't like porn.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Where
but
it's
just like it's just not like. The girls I tend to make my girlfriend tend to be very low key, kind of very not, you know, not saying politic wise, but saying they tend to be very conservative.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh, you have a type. This is the second attorney that we've seen.
Yeah.
In a brief history that I know of you, it's all attorneys.
Well,
man.
my last girlfriend before my girlfriend now was a scientist. So,
okay. So you're into intellect then.
Yeah. So, but my mom was a nurse and a lawyer, and she used to be a judge. Wow. So I tend to.
Whoa, that's like crazy.
So I tend to, not purposely, but I tend to pick women. I'm sure you can see that's why I say it wouldn't work for me. Yeah. I know I tend to have a type where I tend to pick very like educated, very strong women. Yeah. And so it's just one of them things where it's like, that's just the type that I seem to cling to. I think it's because, if you grow up seeing that, you kind of it feels naturally.
Well, they say like girls date their fathers in the sense of like when they're dating guys, the long-term relationship will be guys that are similar to their father. I mean, I think that's just like an anecdote. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But I've personally seen, girls will date guys that are kind of similar to like their father's demeanor or like how they are or whatnot. But if you're very picky about your podcasts or your videos, make sure you're looking for the most intelligent one on the internet. Decoy Noise. Just subscribe down below. You check out those videos over there because we are the nurse, attorney, judge, lawyer, doctor of the internet.